everybody, and welcome to the 8th episode of The Climb. My name's Dylan Gilbert, and I've got a confession to make. I'm sorry for going on a 2-month hiatus. It is not acceptable. I started this video chat to hold myself accountable to my thought processes and learnings that I'm going through during this development stage, and yeah, a lot of things have happened in the last 2 months, and I'm never going to have something to look back and know why I made the decisions I've made. As I said, a lot has happened. There's been a lot of pivots within the business, or in the business and outside as well in life. I've left my job at in hospitality. I've now only working as a marketing assistant at an engineering firm. I'm working almost full-time on the label, and I've moved house, so we're playing footy. So much other stuff is happening, and also inside the business we've completely shifted over the last probably 4 to 6 weeks, which is fantastic. I'm also doing a Headquarters Australia run Future Facilitators camp, so facilitating groups of young kids in leadership positions, whether it's at school or on the sporting arena, and teaching them how to have the important conversations with people of importance in their local communities, and making those changes. So yeah, lots has been happening. And I just wanted to touch base with everyone and say it's Friday afternoon. I'm not dressed for the occasion. I've had enough of putting it off, and I just thought, today's going to be the day. Here I am, and we're going to talk about what are we going to talk about? The obstacles and the learnings that I've come across, I guess. Yeah, so I guess when you spend your time and effort investing in yourself, you start to look at yourself and the world differently. The power of language and the way that we communicate what we're trying to get across is absolutely mind-blowingly powerful. I've always, up until recently, I always thought of it as PR, but I'm starting to realize that life is a PR journey, and I've always seen life as a game, massive race. I see everything as a game. It's a race. Who's the biggest, the best, the fastest, the strongest, whatever it can be. And it's starting to show. I'm starting to learn how to communicate effectively. Might not show it on this video platform because I'm not very good at it yet, but I'm learning, and it's super exciting. I'm curious. I'm really curious when I delve into something. I start just getting in there and figuring it out. And very very recently, it's probably in the last 2 months this has come about, and it is a product of who you hang around with and what conversations you listen to. With the Future Facilitators camps, I'm super lucky to have found Hunter and Jamin at a time of my life where they've been super impactful. I've been invited to go to the Landmark Forum, which is a leadership, not a camp, I guess it's a forum, which is super exciting. I'm doing the first week of August. I'm nervous as hell to figure out the stuff that I've swept under the carpet over the last 10 years. It's Karis's 10-year anniversary coming up in a few months, and there's a lot of problems in my life that I haven't dealt with properly, but it's moments like I saw Tony Robbins a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and I just love the energy. Like, I'm such an energetic person with everything that I do, the way that I, talk, interact, wake up in the morning, communicate with people, meet strangers. Like, literally, I've moved in. Like, my new housemate is a girl that I met on the tram. Like, this sort of stuff just doesn't. It doesn't happen to normal people, I guess. Like, I'm just a ball of energy, and sometimes it's too much for people to take at times, and I understand that. That's fine. And, like, Dylan's good in small doses for most people, and that's more than okay. I understand. But yeah, Tony Robbins just put this new spin on energy, and the way that we conduct ourselves in the public eye is a direct reflection in terms of how you see yourself and how you see others and the world around us, and the problems that we open ourselves up to. The thoughts that we have in our minds they're not our thoughts. They don't belong to us. Everybody has the same thoughts. That's a massive generalization. Let me correct that. The vast majority of thoughts are not. You're not the first person to have thought that. Like, if someone's walking around with a Louis Vuitton handbag, you're not the only person that thinks they like to be seen as being wealthy, and they wear stuff that shows their prosperous lifestyle, and like, that's a societal thought. Same as the internal things of you not believing in yourself, thinking that you are courageous, strong enough, determined enough, you're not good enough, you're not ready. There's all these reasons as to why you shouldn't do something out of the ordinary, why you shouldn't put yourself out there to be judged, or why you should just try and blend in, because anybody that steps out is in, they can get brought down. And it's tall poppy syndrome in Australia. Every time someone tries to, well, not every time, but see, I'm correcting myself with my language here, but so often people in society go out and whenever they try and do something different outside of the ordinary, they get brought down because of it. And it's just the culture that we live in. And, whilst I have to word this, rather than spending my time and energy trying to shift a changing culture, I'd like to just focus on the shifts that are already happening, and how I can how I can help those situations to the best of I can. Anyway, yeah, energy, Tony Robbins, great. Life is chaotic as always. Looking forward to Perth. I'm coming back home on the 1st of July for 10 days, which will be great. There's now, I don't want to give away too much because I'm not sure, I'm not there yet, but as I said previously, there's a lot of changes that have been made with Gent over the last few weeks, and we are going to be going down a path where we're opening ourselves up to an array of charities, rather than just the one Beyond Blue. We're going to begin with working in the mental health arena as a whole, as a generalisation, and then that is just one leg of our focus, and we're going to have other areas that we work in as well, which is super exciting. And it's going to take a while for me to figure out. Like, I'm going through a timeline, a journey. Like, I didn't think that I was a procedural person, and I don't like timelines. I definitely don't like rules. I don't like regulations. I like just go out and doing it. But when it comes to these sort of things, like structure's super important. And I've come to the realization very recently that I'm at a starting point of a journey, and there is no linear line to where you want to get to. But rather than pondering and planning and trying to figure out the best way forward, just do, fail, learn, pivot, do again, fail, learn, pivot, do again, and eventually you will start to make progress. I guess since moving to Melbourne, progress was very slow. It was pretty annoying, frustrating, very frustrating. I came here with massive hopes and expectations, and the young ambitious guy that just thinks it's all going to fall into place, and that's not the case. There's so much red tape out there that you have to get through, and I went about it the wrong way to begin with, and I'm learn, pivot, start again, focused on one little tiny niche beyond blue. Like, that's okay, learn, pivot, start again. And yeah, in the lead up to, especially this month, June's going to be huge. Talent banking, a bunch of stories to share, and then July's going to be mental health month, and then August is going to have another focus around new parents in the lead up to Father's Day, and then we're just going to schedule through to Christmas, which is so much is happening. Keep in touch. I'm also looking for, in probably a month or so, I'll be looking to recruit interns and stuff that are on the same path as what we're trying to achieve, and it's going to be super exciting. It could be. It doesn't have to be in Melbourne, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Super exciting. I'm starting to find a bit of clarity in terms of where I want to get to, and that's the main that's the main thing. Without knowing where you're going, then you're not going to get there. So it's a journey. It is, and I don't want to ramble for too much longer, but I think I'll wrap it up there. It's been a while. I'm now back on board. These videos are going to be happening much more regularly. I was also, the reason I stopped uploading was because the last couple I tried to upload to YouTube and it didn't work. So I thought, oh well. so now I'm going to fix the problem, and I'm going to make it happen. Make shit happen. Great. Wise words. Speak to you next week. Have a good weekend.